Hello my lovely and welcome back to Roni D TV. I of course am the one and the only Roni D. And this is our second episode of The Story of Me. Sorry about the big gap in between episodes. I knew I said I wasn't going to apologize for shit like that, but that one kind of hit me a little harder than normal. And if you haven't seen it, you can go down there and there's a link in the description. It'll take you there and you can go watch it and figure out what the fuck I'm talking about, because we're not really going to go over that same topic again. Please excuse the hair. We're in the middle of a frickin' heat wave, which is why you can hear the fans and everything over there, because it's hot as balls. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. But yeah, story of me. So one of the things that I'm rather grateful for is with the amount of recreational drug usage and stuff I had in my early days and just the nature of things, I've forgotten a lot of terrible things that have happened to me in the past. I don't really visit in nostalgia land very often. I don't go down memory lane because there's some shit there that's kind of sad. And, you know, after doing the first episode, I sort of went, oh, Pandora's box, what the fuck's in here? Great! Oh, shit. Where'd I put that lid? Where's the lid? Can I get it back? No. So I had to go down the rabbit hole and deal with all that. Lots of nostalgia, what ifs and whatever, and how could I, and what should I, and blah. And it really made it hard for me to focus on the next episode of this and be authentic about it. Because I really wanted to share more stuff, but I didn't want to do it just for the sake of putting out another video. I thought about doing one on Mother's Day for my story, Mom and Me, but I don't want to make these things cliche where they're, oh, it's Father's Day, so we talk about father shit, and it's my birthday, so we talk about that shit. So I took a moment to really process what I had learned about myself from the first episode and talk to a couple people in my Ohana and get a little clarity on a few things, and I think that really helped. So that was good, and, you know, it made me really sit and think about some things. It made me a little sad, but also made me really happy for some of the things that I do have. And it made me decide this episode I kind of wanted to do something a little bit lighter. So I went to my Pinterest, where I am forever posting stuff for me to do later. I've got a whole board for, like, just cool things to do on YouTube videos. And this was one of them, actually. It was called Hella Cute Questions. To get to know somebody. So I was like, that's a good one to do. I like it. So there's 31 questions, which is not too long, which is great because it's super hot, so I don't want to be sitting here doing a video for too long, but I do like this series, so I did want to do something, and it always gives me a bit of self-reflection, which is good. And it's a good way for us to get to know each other. So in here, we are going to start with question 1. Who is the last person you held hands with? It's been a while. But it was probably Kevin, to be honest. It was probably somewhere where we first started courting. Either that or I grabbed someone's hand to do something stupid, like skipping down the street like an idiot. But I think it was Kevin. Are you outgoing or shy? Both. I am an introverted extrovert. I am great in a social situation if I have one other person that I know and like my whole personality comes out and it's all great and I'm like, yeah, I'm comfy, woo! But if I have to go somewhere by myself where it's new people and new place and I'm not familiar with, and even if I look it up and find out where I'm supposed to go, I still kind of freak myself out a little bit and I get really introverted until somebody really brings me out of that, and then I'm like, whoa, party, woo! But yeah, I'm kind of both, and I think a lot of people are. I don't think you have to be one or the other. So that's kind of nice in a world where you can be whatever you want, be a shy, outgoing person. Who are you looking forward to see? Oh, well, with this COVID thing, there's a lot, because we've all been kind of in lockdown and whatevs. But I recently ran into 2 of my dear friends from work who are now retired and working from home, so I don't see them as often as I used to, and we agreed that it's been too long since we've seen each other, so we're going to do a monthly ladies' lunch. So next month, I'm really looking forward to seeing those 2 ladies again, and we're bringing another one of our friends there, which is going to be fantastic. They're a great group of ladies, and I think that's really important. I have a lot of male friends, and I have a lot of friends online and shit like that, but that doesn't really make up for close female friends. You really kind of need that too, because they're a perspective that'll really help you out. And it's good to have different age groups and that kind of thing so that you can get different perspectives, because I'm a big one for different perspectives. I know my perspective, but that doesn't mean it's the same as everyone else's, and that's how you learn. Are you easy to get along with? That's a situational and a personal thing. Every situation is different. Some people think I'm easy to get along with. Some people think I'm hard to get along with. A lot of times I find that anybody who thinks that I'm hard to handle or hard to get along with just means that I'm hard for them to take advantage of me. They can't really manipulate me as easily as they do some other people, and that makes it difficult for them. And I get that. I'm a very strong-willed, opinionated person, and yeah, some people would say I'm hard to get along with. I'm okay with that. If you were drunk, would the person you like take care of you? If he wasn't also drunk, yeah, totally. Chances are, though, if I'm drunk, he's probably drunk, so we're probably just passed out on the couch. But yeah, he would absolutely take care of me if I was drunk. I haven't been drunk in a really long time, though. I really quit drinking when I picked up pot. Had just as much time, good time, didn't forget as much shit, 'cause that's what made me forget most of this shit, really, was a lot of fucking drinking. And I don't have the hangover the next day with pot, so that makes me happy. I'm still able to function and do things on pot, which is nice. And I make far less of a scene. It's one of the things that's really mellowed my ass out over the years is the pot and the better support system I put in place. Got rid of some of the crazy town people and, you know, all good things. Next question. What kind of person are you attracted to? Fascinating people, funny people, creative people, people who stand out in one way or another, confident people. Not cocky, but confident. Touch of cocky every once in a while is not terrible, but it gets old real fast. Those tend to be small dose people. People with good stories, people who are fun to be around. A lot of times I notice eyes first as a physical feature, which says a lot about a person. Appearance does matter. It tells you what the person is trying to convey to the world. So I tend to start at eyes, and then I get to know personality, and yeah, you gotta be fascinating. You gotta be interesting. You gotta have a story. You gotta have something that catches me, and it's different in every case, because if you lined up all of my dear friends, they would look like quite the hodgepodge motley crew. And that's totally great. I love it. We're all from very different backgrounds. We can have very different opinions and have a conversation, and everything works out great. Do you think you'll be in a relationship 2 months from now? Yeah, unless the zombies come and he gets eaten. I can't see any reason why we'd be breaking up. So, I mean, if he gets injured in the zombie apocalypse, then, I mean, I'm going to have to use him to save my drunk ass, because, like, I'm going to need it. But in other situations, I think we'd still be together in 2 months. Yeah, absolutely. Who is on your mind? So many people. All of them start with a V. Oh my god. Yeah, nostalgia's on my mind, I guess, and tripping on that for a little bit. And it's a deadly drug. I really don't recommend it. Nostalgia is a terrible drug. It'll just beat the shit out of you and leave you left on the floor. Moving on. Does talking about sex make you feel uncomfortable? No, not at all. I talk about sex all the time. I read about sex. I watch porn. Masturbate. I listen to Let's Talk About Sex by Salt and Peppa. Yeah, it's never been a topic that's been weird to me. It was kind of weird to me growing up because when I grew up, it was sort of this thing that I was explained to me as being sacred and all of this, like, secrecy around it, whatever, and I never really got that. It just seemed like something natural that people do, so why don't we all just chill the fuck out and talk about it a bit? Number 10. We are number 10. Who was the last person you had a deep conversation with? A deep conversation? It was still probably Kevin. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it was probably Kevin. It was probably over something on Tim Pool or the Quartering set or possibly Jimmy Dore. Who knows? It was probably something America related, even though we are not American. What does the most recent text that you sent say? Oh, good question. Let me see. LOL. The last one I sent was to Walter, and it said LOL. He sent me a meme. It was funny. Something about flat earthers being tarted, because duh. We went to the moon, and now we're trying to explain to people that the moon is real and that the earth is not flat. How did we get back in the Dark Ages? How? How? And don't you dare say Orange Man bad. I don't want to hear it. That's not the only reason. No. Orange Man bad, not the answer here. What are your 5 favorite songs right now? Well, I think 2 of them at least are by Billie Eilish. There's Bury a Friend. There's Bad Guy. I'm really digging that song. Oh, fuck. The name escapes me. Hold on. I like Juiced, by Lizzo. That's a really fun one. I'm digging that one these days. So I think that's 3. The other one I'm really, really enjoying. I'm just looking for the name of it there because I want to make sure I get it right. I added it not long ago. I've been listening to a lot of Queen lately and a lot of Prince, so that's been really fun. Sinner Man is top of my 5 right now because that's been fucking awesome. It's by Nina Simone. If you don't know it, look it the fuck up because you're wasting your time if you don't. And the other one I'm rounding out with my top 5, which I start with pretty much every morning on my way to work to make myself feel good and have a good jam, is Ain't Nothing Wrong With That by Robert Randolph and the Family Band. So look that up on Spotify if you don't have it because it's a good jam. So yeah, those are my top 5 songs I recommend right now. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Do you like it when people play with your hair? I'm not an overly touchy person. I'm really not. I love it when Barb, my hair goddess, does like the whole scalp massage thing when I'm getting my hair did. That's real nice. And I don't mind Mr. playing with my hair from time to time. I assume when they say people touching your hair or playing with your hair, they don't mean pulling your hair, so that's a little different. But for the most part, like random people playing with my hair, no. I would rather random people didn't touch me, to be honest. I'm digging the social distancing part of this play because I don't really like it when people touch me. Number 14. Do you believe in luck and miracles? No, I believe in being prepared and making good choices. What good things happened this summer? Well, we're in the middle of a plague. I kind of feel like we're in the eye of the hurricane at the moment where everything seems nice and chill and everything's relaxed and we're about to get a whooping on the end. Because I really don't think this is over. And I think it's about to get worse, which is unfortunate. And if the states are any indication, women, don't open the border. Just don't. What good thing happened this summer? I reconnected with a lot of people and really found out who I could depend on in these situations and who I couldn't. Some people that I thought we would be checking at each other and keeping track of each other and stuff like that never really stepped up to reciprocate that. And some people I never expected to step up and make that connection and check in on me really have been there and have really touched my heart in ways that I can't even explain. Giving phone numbers and stuff. People I haven't talked to or seen in fucking decades. And it really did warm my heart. So, you know, if you're one of those people and you know who you are, Kirsty, I'll point you out. You did, and I was thrilled. And Tanis, man, mwah, fabs. And I was so touched with that. My buddy Chris reached out and has been keeping in contact. My buddy Brent. It's really heartwarming and it's really interesting to see. And that, I think, is what I'm going to take away as my good thing that happened this summer is reconnecting in person and digitally to sort of make those connections. I like that. Would you kiss the last person you kissed again? Yeah, he's aight. Do you think there's life on other planets? I think we would be very arrogant to think that we have an entire universe built and we're the only smart people. Plus, this might be the only time in history, in the middle of a pandemic plague kind of thing, that NASA can come out and go, oh yeah, we have alien spaceships. They weren't made here on planet Earth. And everybody just goes, so? I don't want to wear a mask. Blah. Well, I see Earth flat. Blah. NASA's like, no. Alien spaceships from another planet are here. We have them. Yeah, whatever. Why do we gotta wear a mask? Why do we gotta do this? Why is everything closed? Why do we tank the economy if all I had to do was wear a mask, Trudeau? Anyways, moving on. Yes, I think there are lives on other planets because we have spaceships from other fucking planets, so they has to have life. Like, didn't just create it out of nothing. I don't care what the Christians said, no. Do you still talk to your first crush? Fuck. Who is my first crush? Well, if I go with the first one I remember as being significant, that person actually recently added me to Facebook but hasn't said a word to me, so no, I don't. But I saw you. I see you. Yeah, I added him to Facebook, so I guess. Do you like bubble baths? I would live in a bubble bath for the rest of my life and live right next to a fucking warehouse from Lush if I could. Love it. Can't get enough of it. It's my favorite way to unwind, and if I'm having a panic attack, it's the quickest way to calm my ass the fuck down. So, love it. Do you like your neighbors? I don't really know my neighbors. I once saw my neighbor across the hall, though, yell at a bell guy that I also yelled at, so I guess we're kind of friends. Yeah, they leave me alone, which is all I can really ask for from good neighbors, which I think is fantastic. We try and avoid each other when we're leaving, so that's good. Yeah, they're really good neighbors that way. What are your bad habits? Well, I smoke. I swear like a sailor. I have pride to a detriment of my own damn self. And a sense of entitlement. I don't even know where I got it because I grew up in the ghetto. So I don't really know where this came from. Neither of my parents were overly prideful, that I can remember. I'm hardworking though, so if I'm taking pride in something, it's because I did what I said I did, and I earned that, so that's sort of a sticking point for me. I'm really adamant about that. But my pride does get me in trouble sometimes, and I tend to tap dance on the line of confident and cocky and get myself in trouble from time to time. I've gotten better at that over the years, thank God. No, not needing to get help out of situations nearly as often as I used to. Which is good, because, you know, that comes with age and wisdom and whatever, but just touch and go for a little while. So, yeah, my bad habits are I tend to self-sabotage myself and let the wrong parts of my brain take over and cause myself to get into situations that I then have to rationally try and get myself out of, which is not always fun or easy. I also like to overthink things in my head. It's kind of like Doctor Strange, where, like, I can see every version of a scenario and focus all on the bad ones. That's a blessing and a curse, because, I mean, I can be more prepared for things, but it also means that I spend a lot of time worrying about shit that's never going to happen. So that's a bit unnerving sometimes, but that's a bad habit I have. Yeah, I think those are my bad habits. Where would you like to travel? I'd like to go to Germany. That would be cool. I want to go to Britain. I want to see, like, Camden Market and that kind of thing. That would be really cool for me. Poland would be really nice. I want to go to New Zealand and see the fjords. I know these are rather specific. I've been to the States. I've been all over Canada. Canada's gorgeous. If you haven't seen it, you should start with a coast-to-coast trip there, because that's fucking phenomenal. Plus, I mean, you can't go to the States this year for summer, so go see your own goddamn country. Duh, we're really big. Spend your money in Canada, duh. But yeah, those are the places I would travel to. I think those are on the top of my list. There's Camden Market. I want to go to Germany. I want to go to Poland. I want to go to New Zealand. I don't want to go to Australia because, like, everything there is trying to kill you, so I think I'll avoid that one. But the pictures of the fjords in New Zealand are always beautiful, so I really wouldn't mind going there. Scotland. Scotland is a huge one for me. Ireland is another one. Just gorgeous pictures every time I see them, so I really want to go there too. Let's see. 23. Oh, we're almost there. We are well over halfway. Do you have trust issues? Am I breathing currently? Yes, yes. I don't even trust me. Years of fucking around and fuckery and shenanigans. I have really huge trust issues. There's, like, I doubt myself. I doubt everything everyone tells me. I question fucking everything. And yeah, I have trust issues. Yes, the answer to that is yes. Favorite part of your daily routine? Coming home and petting kitty and smoking a joint and just forgetting about the day. Mr. and I work different shifts of about 2 hours, so we each get a bit of time each day for ourselves, which is important. He also works a weekend rotation, so every third weekend he ends up working. So that means he has 2 days off during the week, either before or after that. Usually it's one before, one after, and I get a weekend by myself every 3 weekends. And that I think is really important as well. We purposely pick different shifts because we do work at the same place. And we're both very, very independent people. So we wanted to make sure that in coupling, as we did, that we weren't losing who we were in the process. Because who we were is what we got here for. So we wanted to make sure we still got our own time, which is great. So this 2 hours at the end of my day where I can do my workout, or I can smoke a joint and watch YouTube videos, or I can make a YouTube video, or whatever the fuck I want to do. That 2 hours a day is crucial, and I love that. That's my favorite part of my daily routine, is that 2 hours every day at the end of my day to unwind, so that when he gets home, I'm not dumping all this work shit all over his head. So that's the answer to number 24. 25. What part of your body are you most uncomfortable with? I know it should be my middle because it's a little pudgier than I wanted it to be, but it's always been my forehead. And I know that sounds really dumb, but I got picked on a lot for having a real big forehead, and to me it seems big, but I don't know. I guess that's the part that's always really made me uncomfortable. My teeth have always been fucked up, but I don't really care about that. If you don't like it, don't look at me. And that's how I should feel about the forehead, but I find myself really conscious, so I've become a big hat person, and I play with bangs a lot. And then I end up growing them out because they're annoying, and I hate them. Because they're sweaty in the summer, and it's not fun. But yeah, my forehead, I think, is honestly the thing that really makes me the most uncomfortable. Everyone's pudgy around the middle these days because of COVID and staying home and being pudgy. Plus, I've got great tits. These tits don't come without the belly, so I mean, that's just how life works. You've got to balance things. Otherwise, I would fall forward. That's how it works. So, what do you do when you wake up? Try not to kick kitty. Get my phone. Spend too much time in the bathroom because I'm looking at my phone. And then get in a good headspace to go to work. That's about it. That's what I do when I wake up in the morning. What should I do in the morning? I should do my 8-minute stretch and drink some water and watch motivation and then go to work, because those are the days that I actually feel better. And I know these things about myself. I know they are good ways to start my day, and they get me in the right mindset and everything like that. And I just don't do them because I get lazy, and that's how that works. And then I get mad at myself, and I go watch a Jocko video or a Joe Rogan video, and I get pumped, and then I get back in it. And that's life. I'm sure other people do that. Yeah, you can probably do that too, where you fall in and out of like routines and stuff like that. Even though you know it's what's good for you, and you know what you're doing is helping out, you still don't do it. Because we're lazy fucks. And we shouldn't be. But we have no one to blame but ourselves. Alright. Do you wish your skin was lighter or darker? I did when I was younger, because I got picked on a fuck ton for being too pale. Apparently, according to a story from my mother at one point in my life, I would not go outside with my pickles showing, which is what I called my freckles. I wouldn't leave the house with my freckles showing. It wouldn't happen. And I got picked on a lot. I got beat up sometimes even for it, which is weird. To be picked on for being too pale. You need to get out and get some sun. Well, I have two shades. I have this shade, which is white as fucking paper, or I have red as a lobster. When I go out in the sun in the summer, I don't get tanned, and I've had to deal with that my whole life. I had to deal with that this week. My God, did you get it at all in the summer? You look pale as shit. This is my skin. This is how I was born, and this is the color it is. And it's alabaster, and I can never find a fucking foundation that's the right color, except for Rimmel, and this is how it is. Some people are just fucking pale, Karen. Sorry. I try not to use the Karen meme too often because I know some Karens and they're delightfully lovely people. So whenever I do that, I sort of try and say Karen with a C. Because the Karens with a K that I know are absolutely lovely. And not one of them is friends with the mayor. Who are you most comfortable around? Myself. I am perfectly happy with my alone time. I am perfectly happy in my own space and my own skin. Listen to my music. I like Kevin. That's good. I like the kitty. That's great. And yeah, my Poppy, my Red, he's another one that I'm really comfortable with. And these are the people that I am most myself around. My ladies that I'm going to be lunching with there on the 25th of every month are another group of people that I can be myself around, which is great, and I love that. I'm gaining a bigger circle of people I can be comfortable with, but it comes back to the whole trust issue thing, so it's taken some time. Have any of your exes told you they regret breaking up with you? I talk to none of my exes. Not one. Some of that's my choice, some of it's not. Some of them just disappeared to other girls. Some of them we were really good friends for a while after we broke up, but the problem with being a female friend to a male is usually when they get in a long-term relationship, they vanish because their girl doesn't like you, or their girl's uncomfortable around you and their history with you too. So I lose a lot of friends in and out of my life that way, where they get into a relationship and they Houdini for like 6 to 8 months and then they come back. Is what it is. I'm not that concerned about it. But yeah, I don't really talk about any of my exes, so you'd have to ask them if they regret breaking up with me. I know some of them should, but that's not my story, so this is the story of me. I don't know. I didn't ask. It didn't bother me. That involves nostalgia, and I, again, don't visit there very often. Do you ever want to get married? Yeah, I'm alright with that. Anyone who knows me knows that the whole buying the family package with the wedding and the kids and the dog and the house and the fence and all that, the whole family package was never in my cards. I never wanted the kids part, so marriage sort of went to that side of things, I guess. I'm not a big one for a big wedding. If I were to get married, it would be a very small affair. I can't imagine spending as much as a down payment on a house for a party to go, look, we're in love! And we're proving it with a paper! Look it! So yeah, if it was, it would probably be at a courthouse with, 2 witnesses and then a small reception, but I'm not against the idea of marriage itself. I do like the level of commitment. I understand why it is important. Yeah, I would get married if asked. That's fine. I'm not the kind of girl who's like, hey, we've been together this long. When are you gonna buy the cow? Why? Why are we at dog shit and you're not buying the cow? I don't know. I'm not the kind of person to be pushy about that, but yeah, I guess I'm fine with it. Is your hair long enough for a ponytail? Yes, it was in a ponytail just before I did this video, and I was like, oh, that looks not good on camera, so I took it out. But yeah, it's been up most of the summer because it's been stinking hot, and now it's up because it gets stuck in my annoying. So yeah, that's the, let's see here, that is the 31 questions about me. So, thank you for coming in, and next time maybe we'll have an actual topic and get to know a little bit more about me that way. If you want to hit subscribe, it'll keep you up to date when all the new things come out. The bell will let you know if there's something specific. And in the comments down below, tell me what the answer to number 12 is for you. What's your 5 favorite songs right now? I'm always looking for new stuff on Spotify, so definitely let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see you with another episode eventually. Bye!